Okay, last thing that I want to talk about that I'm looking at my notes for is hardest part about growing up is trying to hold on to what you felt as a child. That's word for word what I wrote down. That can be creativity, that can be video games, that can be anything. I saw a TikTok about this just the other day that literally summed it up in about that sentence. It was a little different wording, but it was like finding yourself when you're an adult is trying to get back to how you were as a child. So for the most part, it's like right now, when you're older, you're stressed about stuff. You have things going on. You might not be as creative. You might not doing you might not like doing the same things you used to do or like doing them as much. And you try to think to yourself, why is that? Why can't I be like how I used to be? Right? So I think that's like the main thing when you're an adult is trying to like unlock that childhood sense of wonder, of discovery, of motivation, of doing things for fun that you might have lost through school, through work, through just the stress of everyday life. So that's been something that I've been trying to work on, as well as like trying to think of when I was a kid, like what would I like to do? What did I used to want to do? How did I feel when I wanted to do that? I could do it now still, right? And so part of that, I guess, would be maybe video games. Maybe I should try to like do other stuff or play different games or find new people to play with. So there are definitely things I could do with video games, and even like YouTube. I'm trying to like rediscover that passion that I had when I was younger. I'm trying to bring it into now because that would really be helpful if I could have that like strong motivation to do stuff again and to grind. And I think I'm slowly starting to get that back. And that is the toughest part, because through school and everything, through the stresses of everyday life, through doing, working full time and everything, you really do tend to lose that like sense of that child inside of you. And that child is never gone, because that's like if you're creative, at least I know that child is like your creativity. That's how you unlock creativity a lot, is that child in you, that child in your head sort of thing. So trying to go back to that is important if that's what you want to do. I mean, sometimes people don't want to do that, and that's totally fine. I can only speak to like kind of like creatives and stuff, and I guess video games is somewhat like that. I mean, I guess it's a little different for me. I just blend it all because it's all things that I'm interested in, but it's kind of like, yeah, just trying to remember what you used to do. And that's kind of one of the hardest parts about growing up is yes, you can grow up, but also try to hold on to like what you used to like to do, or how you used to think, or the things you wanted to do when you were little, or just your outlook on life. Of course, you're not going to be as naive. You're not going to be as, you understand the world a lot more, and that's very, very important. But it's also, you can try to remember like that sense of wonder, if that's possible, right? I know it might not be in every single situation and whatnot, but just trying to remember that and trying to just build stuff creatively, have some fun. It's easier said than done, by all means. I mean, I've known about that whole idea for a few years now, and still I struggle with it. Still I haven't like had that breakthrough. If anything, I feel like my creativity and stuff sometimes is stuck in a box, stuck in like a mental prison where I just feel like I can't do anything. I don't have the motivation to do stuff or anything. And that's why, especially this podcast, I know I've said this numerous times, but I'm just trying to do it, right? So I might not have a guest on every week, but that's okay. I'm still doing it. Instead of not filming it, I'm filming it with a webcam. I'm still doing it,